One of the Patreon subscribers, gold's very sideways, and what we can see by looking at the order book, we can see the stop loss clusters, and there is a volume node there, some stops right there, 1887. So it's possible that, and then likely, possibly 1900. We're quite close, and if we scroll up even more, wow, there's a big one there at 1919. Wow, so potentially we might even come up there. We are a buy. It's very wide stop loss placement, but that's the retail guys for you. Do note we want to be on the right side of these guys, so they are buying, and these are the profitable traders. So it's really important to be using this indicator. It's very amazing, and keep on the right side. These guys are the ones that are making money. So until we get an interchange, don't short it. And if we do get interchange, then yeah, sure, we can come down and get the SLC below, which is 1872. And my only worry is that SLC up there. Possible, isn't it? Be really careful. Note that we are fairly sideways. Well, you could see this on the other video that I put into the indices channel. We are sideways on the sentiment. In fact, I'll show you that quickly, actually. Ratios. Yeah, that's fine. If I take this off, take these guys off. And the average line, yes, we are. So we're just chopping there, aren't we? Fairly sideways. And there's the buy here because we had the 50% crossover. Okay, so you would have done fairly well, 1853. And you could probably maybe think about taking profit before the CPI, to be honest with you. If you're up quite a bit, it's not a bad idea to protect your profits or move your head entry, use some traded stops. So there's your SLC, which I think it will be likely. Whether or not we're going to get to 1919, I don't know, but maybe we will. So dollar Swiss, so there's your monthly pivot. Don't forget, we are below, and because we're below MP, we need to target support, and that's where the SLC is at 91.48. One above is at 92.55. Pretty sideways. And we'll look at dollar yen. And don't forget your ATR targets as well. One above. Ooh, it's going to let me load it. 132.82, 131.20. There's your monthly pivot. So as long as we're below that, you're looking to sell, ideally. And there's your ATR targets there. So if we do breach MP, that's not going to be a bad idea to reduce your risk and potentially take profits. This is based on the weekly targets, okay? So there would be a nice place to TP. And they are going along ever so slightly. Can you see them, that black line? So really, we could probably be falling. MP resistance. Dollar CAD. We don't normally look at dollar CAD, but we can certainly look at it. And there's your monthly pivot there. We had a support off the monthly support 1. So we did the MP to S1 move. So you can see how well supported it was. SLC below 133.50, and the one above is miles away. It's up there, so it's 142.55. It's been up there for ages. So maybe a sell op below monthly support, potentially to target the ATO short. A bit tricky. You can see how well supported it was off that bounce, but we are a sell at the big picture with 58%. And monthly pivot is a resistance. So I would probably look to short this with a TP at the SLC. That's maybe what I might do. Might put an order in just there, 133.79 to TP 133.50. One stop would be quite tight. Maybe here. Yeah, maybe 134-ish. So you're looking probably, it's almost like a 1-to-1 R. Really, which isn't fantastic, but if you get a 1R, it's better than a loss, isn't it? So potentially a short there to target the SLC, but I'll see what happens after the CPI, because this is going to whipsaw a lot, and this could dump because of MP, and we are a sell at the big picture. All right, let's look at some of the sensitive, risky ones like Aussie, because we are quite pumping on risk. A little bit. There's your SLC, and there's your monthly resistance 1. So we did the MP to R1. So we've done that journey. So that would have been a decent trade in itself. So 150 pips. Nice move for for this particular currency pair. One above is at 69.25, 68.55. To be honest with you, if we get that SLC, it could be a good place to enter short because we've got a decent stop loss being MR1. So you could place an order to sell there, the liquidity, tight stop, and we might breach it above slightly, but that could be a good sell or potentially, but we'd need risk to sour. And you can see on the indices video that I posted in Discord that we have got some supply on the S&P, so that might hinder the risk a little bit. And then let's look at EU and GU. I was trying to find that, but can't find it. EU. And so what are we seeing? Well, we come up to the HR long. There's your SLC 107.60. So on a weekly basis, it's a decent target. HR longs 142 pips from MP monthly pivot. One below is at 106.96. MR1. So I think we should probably come up there. But we've got some hurdles. We've got the SLC and the ATR long. So I think next week we could potentially test that for a short. A little bit sideways, as you can see. And then lastly, we'll look at pound. Then after this, I'm going to make a coffee because it's been completely non-stop since the moment I woke up. Because I woke up late today, it meant that I was in a bit of a rush, so I haven't even had coffee. 122.10 and 121. And there's your monthly pivot. Okay, so because we're below that, S1 is a potential scenario. HR short area, and they are going long slightly, aren't they? So because they're going long, price should fall. Okay, so that's that. And we've got CPI tomorrow, so we don't have a trade of the day tomorrow. We've got one today, so we'll have to see how that goes, and it will depend on risk appetite like normal. So if we do rally on risk, it should do okay. If we sour, we might just be getting to, we might have a loss. Yesterday was a zero loss, zero gain because it got to a break even yesterday. So some trade setups there. I think because we've got CPI tomorrow, you would want to be really careful and don't really try and position too heavily. Wait for the CPI because we're going to see a big whipsaw and a lot of SLCs getting probed. Like this would probably whipsaw, maybe to take both. It's not that far. If you think about it, the day on CPI, we can move 100 pips quite easily, can't we, on CPI days? I'll have to wait and see what happens. Don't forget your monthly pivot is the resistance on GU. Okay, so if we go above, then fine, we get the SLC. And so hopefully that's quite helpful. And I'm going to have a coffee now, and I'll speak to you guys soon.